men.
Spank the unruly ones.
It's indecent, it's vulgar, it's blasphemous.
I'm gonna ride you till you can't stand up.
Come on, let's go down.
All right, keep your shirt on.
LoveLine's meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Here's LoveLine with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
No, right, it is LoveLine. I mean, yes. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. He's a board-certified physician, an addiction medicine specialist. And Drew, I'm going to need a call on your medical skills tonight because the sunburn is getting worse.
Oh, yeah.
I was at the Gay Pride Parade yesterday and wore nothing but a tank top, or the wife beaters T-shirt, as they call it, and stood out there in the hot sun for about 4 hours and just, I have a comical sunburn.
Yeah.
There's the sunburn, there's the painful-looking sunburn, and then there's the novelty sunburn. I got the novelty sunburn, and usually to get a good novelty burn, nothing but a tank top, or the wife beaters T-shirt, as they call it. And stood out there in the hot sun for about 4 hours and just, I have a comical sunburn.
Yeah.
There's the sunburn, there's the painful-looking sunburn, and then there's the novelty sunburn. I got the novelty sunburn, and usually to get a good novelty burn, you have to have a streak of white going right across it.
Right.
If your entire back is just burnt, people feel sorry for you. But if they can see the outline of the Hawaiian shirt you're wearing, then it's comedy.
Right.
All of a sudden. I have a sunburn
Let me see it.
that Hollywood wouldn't have created because it would have been too much.
Right.
Like, Weekend at Bernie's 3, I have the extra sunburn. All right. You want to see this, Drew? It's starting to bubble up now.
Yeah, sure.
All right, take a look.
Oh, yeah.
How bad is that?
Yeah,
I mean, how bad is that?
I'm trying to hold back the laughter. Right
can
now.
you see? All right, hold on. I got to show the girls.
Yeah.
You describe it for a moment. I'm going to show the ladies.
It's not that you're wearing a tank top, it looks like.
Yeah.
And a halter tank top, I guess.
No, I wasn't wearing a halter tank top.
Does it itch yet?
No, not yet. It's about a week before it does that.
Itching at this point, I would consider a plus.
Well, that's going to look very, very cool.
Have you
when
put
that whole,
anything on it?
No, I haven't.
Nothing really will help. Cool towels.
That's what I'm thinking. Nothing
cool
works.
Cool towels. That's about it. And that's going to look very lovely when that whole area just peels off and leaves a lovely white area.
And I'm guessing.
Don't they say that one good sunburn can lead to skin cancer?
All right.
Well, it's actually correlated with sunburns in adolescence, interestingly. And the more that you have...
Adam's way past
No, they say that
that.
one good trip to the tub can lead to breast cancer, Drew.
The more
Always
sunburn...
has to go back. That's all you've got on me, baby.
Back to the tub.
All you've got on
That's
me.
all I need. Are you kidding?
More sunburn...
That's a positive thing, not a negative thing.
The
by the
higher,
way.
the higher the risk. The higher the risk.
What, you mean if you're younger?
There's sort of a total UV risk, and there's also a number of burns at risk associated with skin cancer.
I get the feeling when this peels, it's going to peel like an onion. I mean, there's going to be a groove where there was before.
Right. Where there's red, there will be like an a lower level of flesh.
Is your girlfriend going to peel your back for you?
Some
people are into that. That's so weird, I think.
No, I'm not peeling. I'm not peeling yet.
But when you do.
When I do peel? I don't know. I haven't figured that one out yet. I'm just going to take a loofah to it and get it all over with.
Speaking of physical and medical problems, are they going to supply us with oxygen tanks in here tonight too?
Why? Because of the heat?
It's so stuffy. I'm already having trouble breathing.
All right. Well,
you can crack the door right behind you.
Yeah.
All right. So there's my problems. If anyone has any remedies to the sunburn, please tell me. But they cannot involve... a cross-country trip or going to your grandmother's house for some sort of elixir that she whips up in her bathtub. I want something easy, okay?
No plasters.
Right. Yes, I don't want anything I have to chip off the following morning. All right, to the phones we go. Ebony, 15.
Ebony?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Okay. You guys are cool. I listen to you all the time. My problem is my boyfriend's 30. I'm now living with him, and I can't get over his past. I get really jealous of ex-girlfriends.
You're living with him?
I'm living with him.
Where are your parents?
I keep in contact with them, but
Why?
I can't live with them.
Why? What's happening? Are they physically aggressive with you?
What?
Are they real aggressive with you in some way?
No, they're really controlling.
Yeah.
And I don't get along with my stepdad at all.
Does he do anything overt with you, or does he strike you or anything?
He has.
Yeah.
But
typically, if young people your age or younger leave home and stay away from home, it's because they're being abused in some fashion.
Is part of their controlling plan saying, no, you can't live with a 30-year-old?
How about you can't date a 30-year-old even?
No, they don't know where I'm at.
Oh.
Uh-huh. And how did you get hooked up with this 30-year-old?
I met him on the phone by accident.
All right. So it was meant to be.
Yeah.
What kind of past does he have?
Not a bad one. I don't know. He's fine.
He can't be very fine.
No. No, we're going out on a limb here and saying, no, he's not fine. He's a 30-year-old man who's essentially harboring a juvenile. Are you having sex with him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so, and he's breaking the law, and God knows, he could be accused of kidnapping or something. Who knows the way I mean, it's so bizarre.
Yeah.
The situation.
What's this guy do for a living?
He works in a machine shop.
Oh, okay. And how does he treat you?
Good. He treats me real good.
Oh, he does. How long have you been going out with him?
About 9-10 months now.
Mm-hmm.
Since you were 14.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
But let's be fair, Drew.
He was 29 then.
Well, he was just 30, but let's be fair. Was he 30 and you were 14?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. This is guilty. Hey, Ebony.
Uh-huh.
How bad were things at home?
Not that bad. It's just...
Did you run away from home first?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then
I came here, but...
Think of the alternatives, Adam, where she could have ended up. Wouldn't have been a lot worse, I suppose, but...
Yeah, well, you could have been like a crack whore or something, I guess. What do you do now?
What do I do now?
What do you do now?
To support yourself.
What do you mean?
How do you support yourself?
He supports me.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you go to school?
Oh, for
No.
Christ's sake.
No, she doesn't do anything.
What the hell does what do you do now mean? You just stay home?
Yeah, I go out, but nothing like a daily routine or nothing.
You just watch TV and stuff?
Just whatever comes up.
Right.
Oh, Ebony.
All right, Ebony.
Yeah?
You know you can't go through your life this way.
No, I'm trying to get a job.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. What about going back to school or something?
I'm working on that.
You're working on that, too?
Yeah.
How
but
hard is that? Don't you just go back to school?
You need parental consent. And
To go back to school, you do?
Do you
What?
talk to your parents at all?
yeah.
How often?
Once every couple weeks.
What do you talk to them about?
Just anything.
Don't they say,
let them know I'm okay and everything.
where are you? Come home?
They want me to come home, but I'm not, no.
Your sister left when she was like 14, Adam, didn't she?
Yeah.
That's wild. I can't even imagine that.
I just saw my sister today.
Yeah?
She's normal.
No.
She really is. She's 33. Wait a minute, 34. She has a young, beautiful, spry
She should be talking to Ebony.
child. I don't know because I think she sort of beat the odds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How does she do it?
Well, she's a Corolla.
Oh. How did she
She has
survive?
a strong constitution. I don't know what the hell.
Well, how did she support herself? What did she do when she was out there at 14, 15?
Oh, I think she got a job at like a clothing store and lied about her age and basically lived that one. Was like managing the place by the time she was 16 and a half or something.
Well, Ebony, don't have kids. This guy is not what he seems to be, and I know you don't have the frame of reference to judge that, but he is not. He is terribly flawed in some way. And,
Well, he works at a machine shop.
and he's not helping you. I don't know how bad things could be at home, but to be with people from your same, at least involved with people from the same gene pool, I think would be better than where you are. I don't know. But take care of yourself. Get out of this situation. Do what Adam says in terms of getting a job or getting back to school, and try to find some way to get back into the home environment with your parents, but in such a way that it's safe for you. I mean, if indeed it's an abusive environment, I mean, call Child Protective. Call social services, Ebony. Maybe they can help you. Make
just
that
don't have any kids or get hooked on heroin in the next couple of years. Get a job, and then you'll actually be ahead of the game by the time you're 17 or 18, because everyone else will just be fresh out of high school, and you'll have already been in the working world for a couple of years. Mark, 26.
Yes.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
I got a question. Okay, I'm involved in a marriage for the last 3 years. And over the last 3 years, I've been separated 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would say it's mainly because of mother-in-law.
What happens?
Every problem that ever comes up, she runs to mother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
And mother-in-law, gives her feedback, and next thing you know, holy hell breaks loose.
What kind of problems does she run to the mother for?
Anything.
Like what?
Whether or not her car don't start, it don't matter. Anything.
Give us an example.
Okay. She wanted a different type of car after I just purchased her one, and I told her, well, we spent X amount of dollars on this. We can't do it again right now. And so she runs to mother-in-law. Holy hell breaks loose. I mean, mother-in-law don't even, she don't get involved with me.
Listen, I don't trust any. Here's the deal. Here's my feeling on this. I've never had a girlfriend whose parents I couldn't handle.
Oh, I can't handle them. I tell them, shut up, back off.
Listen, someone's nuts here. Either you're nuts or your wife is nuts. So we know the mother-in-law's nuts.
Well, we already know that.
We know she's nuts, but it still takes 2 to tango.
Yes.
And it sounds like what your wife needs to do is sort of put her in her place a little bit.
Okay, but she won't.
All right. Well, then you're going to have to base a relationship on that.
Give us another example of what she's gone to the mother about.
It could be anything from.
Give me a
specific
circumstance. What happened?
Okay. We wanted to move.
Mm-hmm.
That way we would put distance in between families.
Mm-hmm.
The vehicle broke down. Her vehicle broke down, so we came back.
Wait a minute. Already you've lost me. You were en route?
Yes, we're on our route. Out of state.
With everything packed up?
Everything packed, ready to go.
And your vehicle broke down?
She broke down.
Yeah. And why did you...
her vehicle back home where her family is.
Why?
Why did we tow it back?
Yeah.
What are we going to do, sleep on the road?
Well, why didn't you tow it to the new place?
Well, that was like 1,500 miles away.
Did you have the new place?
No. No, we were just going to go there.
Well, you're going to camp anyway. What do you mean, sleep on the side of the road? As opposed to sleep where? When you got to the city, you didn't have a place.
True.
All right, listen. These are all thinly veiled excuses.
Okay.
She should not be heading back to the mother-in-law when you're trying to leave town. And you are defending her and you by saying, what are you supposed to do, sleep on the side of the road?
Well, we have 2 kids.
Right, but where were you going to sleep when you got to wherever you're going to?
We were going to get there and get a house then.
That day?
That same day.
What?
You're just going to go house shopping that day?
No, I have family where we were going to.
Okay.
You're going to stay with them?
No. They had already set up a deal for us. All we had to do was show up with the cash.
All right, so you did have a place?
Well, the key wasn't in my pocket at the time.
And so when you got home, when you went back to your mother-in-law, what happened?
She was really nice, really mellow.
No, you took the car back to the mother-in-law, and what happened?
She was very nice. She minded her own business for about 2 months, and then...
Wait, 2 months? Why'd you drop the car off and get on about your business?
Where are we going to drop this car off?
With your mother-in-law. Leave it there for a while.
Okay, we'll leave it there with mother-in-law, and how are we going to...
See, Mark?
All right, listen, Mark. Listen, son of Pinhead. My God, come on, you're 26 years old. You can't get a car fixed in under 2 months? What do you mean, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? You tow the car back to the mother-in-law's house, and a day and a half later, you're on the road again with a full tank, and you're counting out-of-state plates. That's how normal people conduct their lives.
Oh, okay.
Just because the alternator gets fried halfway to Crapville does not mean you...
Blew.
All right, the motor blew. All right, even if the motor blew, you can get a rebuilt dropped in there for $600-700, and you can do it in a long weekend if you have to.
Yep.
Especially a guy like you who's worked on a car or two.
Yep.
All right. So what's going on? Why aren't you taking control of the situation?
Because she does not want to leave Mother.
All right. You are using Mother as an excuse for not being a man in the relationship. You're not stepping up to the plate, Mark. You're blaming everything on her mother.
It doesn't sound like you're making realistic plans. You're not following through. I mean, take control of your lives together, make realistic plans, and follow through on them.
Okay.
And here's what we don't want to be too hard on you, Mark. You sound like a nice guy, but as long as you put all the focus into the mother, your mother-in-law, that is, then you become powerless. You are giving her all of the power.
Right, whenever you blame externals for your problems in life, you can't change. You can't learn because it's always something else's fault.
What was Mark supposed to do?
Yeah, it was the mother-in-law's fault. Not so unusual for a daughter not to want to leave her mother and to run back to her mother for support. Not so terribly unusual.
Right.
But to the extent that reinforces your powerlessness and gives you an excuse to focus on as to why you are ineffective in carrying through the things you want to do in life, mother-in-law is the perfect out.
Right. All right, stop making mother-in-law the scapegoat. Listen, everybody, please listen to me. There are nutballs and a-holes and people willing to do you wrong on every corner. Sad but true. And oftentimes they're in your own family, and sometimes you work with them, and sometimes they fix your car, and sometimes you work for them or they work for you, and sometimes you marry into these people. But they're out there. They're always out there. And here's the deal. It is your job to take control of your situation and not be controlled by them.
Right, to not blame anything on anything you can't change. You can change only that which is within yourself.
Right. Oh, all right, Drew. Holly.
Hi.
Hey, you're 34.
Yeah. Hi. Long-time listener, second-time caller.
All right.
I've talked to you before. Yeah, I have a remedy for your sunburn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Noxzema. Get some Noxzema, the cream stuff. Put it in the refrigerator, overnight, let it get cool.
Overnight?
Well, yeah, whatever, just as long as it takes to get cool.
Oh, okay.
And then take it out and put it on your sunburn. It helps, kind of cools it.
You know,
this is a Midwest remedy, right?
What?
Is it Midwest thing?
I read a long time ago, I don't know where, I did it one time, and it really helped a lot. It's very soothing. It helps it.
I was talking to a friend of mine tonight on the phone before I came in here, and it was a kind of a funny conversation because I was saying, you know, my shoulders are so tender that I can't really rub stuff into them. I have to sort of pat it on, as if it's as if I cut someone else's arm off at the elbow and was using their hand and forearm to apply stuff, sort of patting it and rubbing it in a bad circle. And then I thought to myself, you know, this feels kind of strange. It's kind of weird to touch yourself this way. I was explaining to the guy, and he goes, listen, you whack off 4 times a day. I said, yeah. All right, touche. I see your point.
The thing about this Noxzema thing is out in this part of the country, they have all these, what they call them, after-sun creams and post-cream, all kinds of fancy stuff.
Right. Hey, now with aloe.
Yeah, nobody uses Noxzema out here. It's always there's a $1 million creams out
they
there.
use it. It's just not on their back. So, Holly.
Yeah?
What do you need?
Oh, another question. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Hi, Drew.
Hi.
My question is concerning there's alcoholism and drug addiction in my family, and I never got into that. I have older family members that did, and but whenever I never smoked, never drank, never took drugs or anything, never experimented or whatever. And the thing is, I don't like to take stuff unless I really have to, and when I do take stuff, I get really strange dreams, like nightmares. Is this normal? Is this whatever?
What kind of stuff are you talking about?
Oh, the dream starts out normal, then all of a sudden it starts.
What stuff are you talking about?
I'm sorry. Like if I take anything like anything over the counter, like antibiotics or aspirin, or even anti-inflammatory. I have arthritis.
Yeah. Again, tune into the specific medications which are causing the nightmares, because there's a lot of medications that can alter your sleep and cause nightmares out there.
What has gone on with society and Drew and their ability to listen? Is it just me? Am I on some sort of tear? Am I looking for this in every caller now?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, we're doing a little bit of that, yeah. Because we've heard it so much, it's finally getting on our nerves.
I have no patience for anyone anymore.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I only want to talk to Tony Randall. No one knows what I'm talking about now. But the point is sometimes when I take stuff, I feel different. And then I'll take the stuff, and I'll have a nightmare.
What kind of stuff do you
really?
take?
No.
What kind of stuff? Wait, what did I say?
We'll try this again. We'll try it again. All right?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
I take stuff, and I feel weird. I take stuff, and it gives me nightmares.
And stuff. What are you taking?
Drew, you're dumber than they are. Oh,
Isn't
for
it?
Christ's sake.
That's what I'm trying to reenact
Drew,
what I asked, though. All right.
Has anybody, anyone who ever questioned that this show was planned out in any form or any way, please, if this is not a glowing example of the fact that we absolutely have no rhythm, no timing, no nothing, and no rehearsal. Now, here's what happened, Drew.
Yes.
She kept saying stuff.
Yeah.
I take stuff, and then sometimes I take stuff and I have nightmares.
Right.
And you said, what kind of stuff? And she said, well, the nightmares are...
Right.
She used the word stuff, even,
I see.
and she was using the word stuff, and
I
she
see.
still didn't put stuff and stuff together.
I see.
Oh, but God bless you, Drew, for screwing it up 8 times before I had to come in and fix it. All right, Drew.
Yeah.
Sell the hell out of the next call, please.
One of your friendly Mountain Dew drinkers wants to speak with you.
You know, I've changed my image on this ever since the GM yelled at me.
He wants to know about sperm count and dew.
Oh, okay.
The voices are trying to throw me off while I'm trying to concentrate on this.
Okay, you're safe.
Thank you. LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, it's LoveLine. Shut that door, Drew. What's going on in here all of a sudden? Or is it just I held up... Oh, it's just so windy in here all of a sudden.
Because there's a cross ventilation finally.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. All right. I'm going to see if I can't cross-ventilate my shorts later on tonight. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. And it's back to the phones we go with David, 14.
Hey, Adam and Drew. I'm a second-time caller to your show. I had a question concerning if high amounts of caffeine, if caffeine is taken in high dose, because I'm a major Mountain Dew drinker. If caffeine is taken in high doses, can it affect the sperm count in any way? And if so, how does it affect the sperm count?
That's a fascinating. How much dew do you drink?
A lot, Adam. Probably over a case a week. I drink Mountain Dew like most your average Joe in the 70s did, Quaaludes.
Oh, really?
How much?
Well, this is the
average Joe in the 70s did Quaaludes. Most guys do a case of Quaaludes a week. You drink, all right, so let me do some math here. You drink about 5 cans or 4 cans a day?
Probably more around 5.
I remember David. David's got you had to put on hold several times and threatened to hang up on him a bunch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You got a good memory, Drew, for someone who doesn't remember the word stuff after it was said repeatedly.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm with you on that stuff thing, Adam. Stuff and like are, I think, 2 of the most ridiculous, overly used words in the English language.
What kind of words?
Stuff and like.
How are they?
Overused.
Mm-hmm. What did you use to describe them?
Ridiculous.
Which word?
Ridiculous.
All right.
Thank you, Adam.
Oh, please. It's like pulling teeth. I'm more a dentist than I am a talk show host. All right, David. Drew, what about the Dew? As you know, I have nothing but fond words about Mountain Dew because they're produced by Pepsi. And it is Nectar of the Gods now. It's been upgraded from Nectar of the Tards. And really, I'd like to say about Mountain Dew, I was all wrong. If you really look at the people, the average guy who drinks Mountain Dew,
yeah,
some of the greatest minds of our time drank Dew.
Einstein?
Einstein, big dude drinker. Thank you.
Pictured often with a can, I think.
Guys like David over here. Physicists, sociologists, ambassadors, royalty, all with the do can in their hand. Think about it, Drew. You've seen Menachem Begin, Kissinger, all big do drinkers. Most of faculty to Ivy League schools can be seen going down the hall during a break, toting a Mountain Dew. Have you seen that, Drew? You went to one of these colleges.
Somehow I missed that. But the deal is just about anything can affect sperm count and motility. I mean, any pharmacologic agent, anything in excess could decrease sperm count. I don't know that it necessarily does. Fairly high caffeine concentration in that product, so it's certainly a possibility. But I doubt that it really has a significant impact.
But how about a 14-year-old just getting beaked up on caffeine every day?
It's not the picture of health.
Okay.
It is not.
Not a good idea. No. I didn't drink Coke or Mountain Dew or coffee or anything like that when I was 14.
You ate weeds.
I ate weeds because my mom boiled them because of this goddamn Yul Gibbons. Do you remember him?
Oh, yeah.
There was a guy, thank God we've outgrown these times. We're back in the processed food era. There was some kind of food rebellion that went on in the mid-'70s.
Early 70s, yeah.
Yeah, and the problem is when you're a kid, you are at the whim of your parents, food-wise. Whatever trend your nutty parents get on to, that's it. I mean, if they're up late night and the juice man comes on, then it's juice the next day. And you can't say a goddamn thing, right, Drew?
That's right.
My mom, hanging out with her hippie friends, and
what does she think about all that now?
My mom tries not to think about her past.
Does she defend it, though?
Her hippie friends?
No, her hippie dietary habits.
My mom's like Jane Fonda's. My mom looks at her past like Jane Fonda looks at her past, going over there and defending the North Koreans and whatnot. North Vietnamese. Just basically, it's not something you want to talk about. You just move on.
Like Patty Hearst.
So yeah, my mom. That's right. My mom has a history like Patty Hearst, except for the money. We were just like the Hearsts, except for flat broke. So. Actually, it's the only good reason to be like the Hearsts is the money. But this Yul Gibbons a-hole was on, who's long since died. But this guy used to do this Grape Nuts commercial where he's talking about many parts of the pine cone were edible. And there's this whole big movement about organic foods, and granola had just hit the scene. I have no idea where granola was for the last couple of thousand years of human history. But somehow, in 1973, someone came up with the word granola, and everybody had to have granola. And not only did we have to have granola, but we had to have it through a hand-thrown pottery jar and stuff. So my mom got this idea, probably half-baked with some of her buddies, headed out to the backyard, harvested a few weeds, and cooked them up. Some sort of, it was really like some sort of bad prison camp experiment, let's see what'll happen to him.
Yeah.
Check, it's been an hour, he hasn't gone into convulsions
Did
yet.
she force you to eat them? Or were you she just starved you so long you didn't eat anything?
I don't remember. They were put out there.
Whoa. Wow. And then you went next door and had Count Chocula.
I used to go next door when I babysat and actually shotgun cans of pie filling. I would put a top, take a ballpoint pen, I'd punch a hole through the side of it, and then pierce the top and just suck the entire contents into my mouth.
But then you got fancier, didn't you? Add marshmallows and...
I'd make the Count Chocula compote. That was the boysenberry pie filling, which is pretty much just boysenberry syrup with little bits of boysenberry in it. Count Chocula. Sometimes I just pull the marshmallows out of the Lucky Charms, put on there, then dump in some Sweet and Low and some Ovaltine, and just anything that had a calorie in it.
It was processed.
Anything that was processed, I ate. Yeah. Thank God, you people. Thank God we're back on the old McDonald's processed food bandwagon here in America, and we got our bearings straight.
I remember that the white sugar was going to kill you.
Oh, white sugar and white flour. Anything white was going to kill you back then.
Right.
Whatever happened to that? Now everyone's now we're on to fat, but yeah, white sugar's going to kill you, and white flour's going to.
It was so bizarre. I mean, nobody ever really talked about the fact that the the dark stuff was the scum that raised the surface when they boiled the sugar, and they'd scrape that off, and they'd have nice white sugar.
But please, my mother with that propaganda, that health food propaganda, and please, Drew, I swear to God, I wish I could think of it. I mean, well, it really worked. John, 18.
Hi, Adam. Well, actually, first thing I want to say, the do has been overthrown, because you'll see over at all the computer science departments where the big money makers are, you're going to find all the surge and everything.
Oh, the Surge.
You know Surge?
Yeah. Surge, a gay hairdresser?
No, Surge. It's sort of like hyped up Mountain Dew.
It's like Jolt?
Well, no, Jolt, I'm immune to Jolt. First time I took a sip of Surge, I could feel it work.
Oh, really?
This stuff, it's basically Mountain Dew plus pure sugar.
Okay. All right. Well, that's wonderful.
But anyway, this is the new preferred drink of all the computer programmers in the world.
All right. Well,
anyway.
Humanity is moving forward.
Anyway, so down to business. About a month or so ago, in May, I was set up for prom with a friend of mine, or now a friend of mine.
For prom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't finding anyone, and someone took pity on me and said, hey, I know someone who you could get along with at least for the night.
Just, Adam, give us a sort of an image here. John.
Well, the first thing he spoke about was soda and computers. So that paints a very bleak picture. No, Drew, no pocket liner. I'm guessing bad haircut, bad rims on the glasses, Orion's belt, and acne on the forehead. Pasty white, spindly. Am I right, John?
Except for the acne and the bad haircut, yeah.
All right. Well, I'd like to talk to some of your friends about that haircut.
Look, I've tried, spending days outside, and I never tan. I just burn straight off.
Right.
The Noxzema, that works. I'm originally from the Midwest, and yes, it is a Midwest thing.
All right, so you got set up.
So I got set up, and I've seen her quite a few times since then, and I don't know. I really would like to start a dating type relationship, but I'm not sure. I mean, I'm absolutely petrified to actually say anything like that around her. I'm just so scared if I say the wrong thing, then...
Why? And why is it that smart guys are so dumb with women? What is that, Drew? When you're older...
It's because everyone knows that they only want the captain in the football team. They don't want the captain in the chess team.
Please. Listen, I was the captain of the football team. I never got anything in high school.
Sometimes of a sort of dynamic is going on where smart guys are smart because that's the way they learn to feel good about themselves.
That's a compensation thing.
Yeah, generally they don't feel so good about themselves.
Right, and they do Monty Python bits to feel good about themselves.
And so they don't develop the social interactions and the reinforcement that really makes them feel better.
I feel bad. I was stupid and couldn't get laid. How would you like to have that hanging over your head? I mean, let me tell you about your life here, John. Mm-hmm. You're an intelligent guy. You're a little awkward. You're having difficulty with the women. We work in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. All these guys that we see, agents and managers and producers and decent amount of radio folks, these guys were all nerds in high school. Huge nerds. Couldn't get laid to save their lives, couldn't play sport, couldn't do anything. And they're all now in their mid-30s, and they're overcompensating. They're making up for it by banging 21-year-old starlets. You're going to be doing this too because they got money now, and you can tell because they drive, Corvettes, and they wear a little too much crap in their hair, and their watch is bigger than their wrist is. Drew, come on, is this the only people we see during the day?
Yeah.
Am I right?
I don't know what they were like in high school.
Oh God, I wish I had these guys' yearbook pictures. I swear to God, they wear the Italian loafers, and the other version of this are the guys who got into the gothic look. The guys in the band, a million piercings, a million tats, bad goatee. Now he's going to get laid because he's got a lot of angst. This guy was an idiot in high school too. I'd love to get. I want to get everyone's yearbook and call out the liars in the group.
How do I fit into this? Since my yearbook is one you.
You were just a dork. I was a dork too. Please, but we're not cool now. That's our point. All right, so John.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to have some lean years. Okay, but then. Then the gravy train.
Yeah, but also, this is the beginning. This is the beginning of learning the social skills necessary to get what you need from relationships. And you may fumble. You don't learn in life without taking risk, and you learn most from your mistakes. Right, and in this situation, maybe you're going to have to express yourself physically to this girl and see how she responds to that, or actually just speak up and say, I'm enjoying this, and I really want to see this relationship grow.
Nothing wrong with that, John. They expect it.
Okay, and if it doesn't work right, it will eventually. And Adam is right. You will have your day in the sun.
Oh, believe me. And your day will last longer than the guys. It seems like eternity now from your sophomore year to your junior year, your freshman year to your senior year. But that's just a few years. That's just a blink of the eye. These guys, once you get your career in order, once you start making some money and all that kind of crap, once someone tells you how to dress, you have years and years after that. Am I right, Drew?
Yep.
Thank you.
I don't think they're aware of how much they suck.
Hey, that's not very nice. You kissed my mother with that mouth? I mean, your mother? LoveLine will be right back.
Yes, it is LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew, and I give tonight's show a 4.5
out of 10.
Yeah, I'm really. I'm just not hitting the mark tonight.
Well, I'm not all really. It's a weird energy night too.
Nah.
Calls you kind of off a little bit.
Is it? I'm just tired.
My kid started summer school today at 8 in the mornings, and I couldn't get to sleep till 1:30 last night. It's
what the hell are they going to summer school for? What do you go for? They're 2.5.
They're 4.5.
All right, they're 4.5. What do you do with summer school?
What do you do with 4.5-year-olds all day?
All right, well, just call it what it is. It's
summer school. Oh, no.
It's a drop zone.
Oh, no. They're all pretty structured in this day. Yeah. Hey, listen.
Let's keep the kids busy. Keep the kids busy.
That's That's right.
All right.
Keep them happy. Keep them busy.
Did you go to summer school? I never went to summer school.
A little here and there. I hated it.
You did?
Yeah, I look forward to summer a lot.
Did the Little Lord Fauntleroy School of Albino Hemophiliacs? Let me see what we should call that. Little Lord. Is it Font with a F? Font?
One word.
Fauntleroy School for
albino
hemophiliacs. The LLFSAH. School you went to, Drew. Did they have summer school?
That's where they are now, in fact.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd they get into that?
That's open enrollment.
I thought the two dumb ones didn't make it in.
They didn't go to the main school year.
But they opened it up for the summer school.
Right.
What now? See, if people don't know what's going on, Drew went to a special prep school. They prepared you for college.
Right.
And I went to school that was a prep school, but it prepared you for carpet cleaning. Right. It's a little different emphasis. It was still a prep school. It's just we talked a lot about soil bust, solution tanks, wands.
They did a great job, too.
I was a tremendous carpet cleaner when I got out of high school. But Drew went to a special prep school in Pasadena, and it was all grades. When did you start this prep school?
I started in like 4th grade.
But when could you start?
Pre-kindergarten.
And just go all the way through to high school.
Yeah.
But don't you worry that that's such a sheltered environment?
Oh, yes. I mean, I really think the parents have to make a distinct effort to develop social environments outside of there.
Well, that's not going to happen with you, Drew. Come on, get serious. These kids need a little soul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A kid, I know it's such a fine line, but a kid almost needs to get his lunch money stolen once or twice in a lifetime. He needs a bully to pick on him a little bit. He needs to get, pick last in a football game. He needs like the alcoholic pedophile teacher to put his thumb in his ass when he's had a few too many at the teacher's lounge. I mean, you need a little bit of strife. You know what I mean? You need some kid who made a bong in shop class who puts it into your locker, and then you get suspended for 4 days because
you need to learn how to deal with failure and deal with life on its terms.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Your kid's like wearing a clip-on ascot and reeking of polo, wearing wafer loafers is not going to make a man out of them. Do you understand, Drew?
Well,
you bring them over to my place.
Yeah. See, you'll be around. So
I'll undo a semester's worth of teaching and just an afternoon.
Well, we met with some of the Westwood One sales staff today, and Adam graciously neglected to show up, and my daughter came with me.
Oh, really?
She was so furious. She wanted to see Adam.
Oh, really? Well,
I've never been so scared in my whole life.
You groom her for me, Drew.
Yeah.
Don't worry. She should be my third wife. I'm doing the math. Because I think this whole celebrity thing's going to take off. I figure I'll marry like an extra from Baywatch in maybe the next 6 to 8 months.
Oh, you're gonna have celebrity soon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? What's going to happen? So you're working on something you're going to tell us about?
Yeah. I'm working on a comic strip. Come on, I got a TV show and a radio show. Come on, I have to be a celebrity.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to marry like an extra for Baywatch. Someone who used to date Lorenzo Lamas or Charlie Sheen. I haven't figured it out yet. That's not going to work out because of my verbal abuse and alcohol abuse. She'll betray me, and we'll break up after about 18 months. It'll be a short marriage. We'll get an annulment. Then there'll be some years of just going about town, being seen in different places,
you have to
with different women, being a bit of a catch and a bachelor. Then I'll marry again, and that'll last about 4 years this time. But she'll die tragically in a helicopter accident when we're skiing somewhere in the Swiss Alps. But then I marry Paulina.
She'll be 14.
Good enough for Jerry Lee. Eric, 24.
Hello, guys. Sounds like you guys are a little dead on your feet tonight, but I hope you can help me out a little bit here.
Yeah, all right.
You're ready.
We don't need sirs from the listeners.
I figure you guys give it enough. You can accept a little bit, huh?
Yes. Well, it really is. There's a lot of material each week, and you just can't hit home runs each time.
I have a friend, and I'm kind of worried about her. She's a really good-looking girl, and I'm wondering what the warning signs are for abuse, I guess.
Having survived abuse.
Yeah. She seems real confident and things like that on the outside, and then as you get to know her, she and I have had a couple, nights too.
Mm-hmm.
And those were the times where kind of like, all of a sudden she was a completely different person.
In what way?
Well, normally, like I said, she's really confident and outgoing on the outside. And then all of a sudden, her face, she'd start breathing differently even.
This is during sex?
No, not even during sex. Just like, I don't know, she would get really freaked out, like even like kind of beforehand or whatever. It happened during sex like a couple times too.
Right. Did you discuss it with her?
Well, not as directly, not right directly.
It's always a little weird when someone starts spazzing out during the sex. No greater nightmare for the male than the woman having some sort of, incestual flashback or something, right? As you're trying to, you spend all this time getting her drunk. You've been working on her the whole party. You're ready to go, and all of a sudden there's crying and yells of, "Daddy, why did you do this?" And it's the lights back on. You got a towel on now. Neighbors are phoning. This is horrible, Eric.
Well, I'm wondering. Is there anything I haven't?
How do you like her?
Oh, I like her. I told her already that I would really love it if she could be my surrogate little sister.
Oh, sure she'll love that.
Yeah.
What the F does that mean?
She loved it, but that's that was the truth about it. And we talked about the couple times that we had messed around. And
what do you mean you want her to be your surrogate? You mean you're in a fraternity or something?
No. God, I hate Greek systems.
Well, what are you talking about then?
Well, I feel like she could be a very good friend. Like I feel like I could hang out with her. And,
all right, so but she likes you?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Well, I think that she likes anybody who will give her attention.
All right.
Yeah, but that could be a lot of people if she is as good looking as you say. And does she do that sort of thing?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't sleep around at all.
But sort of creating chaos and having difficulty with intimacy, and then these strange patterns of interaction when you are intimate physically, it just all smacks of something going on. You know what she may not be aware of, and the only way you're going to find out is if you discuss it with her. I mean, something is up, and she may be in a position to tell you about it, but you are going to become involved in this person in ways that you may be kind of surprised about. It may be more of a project than you're really ready to get into. And looking at her as this...
all right, that's enough for a guy who called us half-baked.
but looking at her as sort of this, this China doll little sister that you're going to take care of, that's not a healthy posture to be in with this woman that obviously has stronger feelings for you.
All right, Drew. I don't hear a word you're saying.
I know.
Amy,
is it me or you?
No, it's both of us. Yeah. We both suck, and we're digging ourselves into a big sucky hole.
I don't know if we can get much deeper. It's almost like we had to just sit around and just chat, just talk.
And we really should,
because that's what we're doing best.
Amy,
at least as far as we're concerned.
Amy, 15.
Hi.
Hey.
I just called to say, I mean, I wish I could do this like after the show and not online. But in a way, I think it's kind of rude how people will call you to ask, for help with their problems.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, if they don't sound as smart or act as smart as you want them to be, you just bag on them the rest of the time. It seems like you do more bagging on them than you do helping them.
Well, that's probably true.
And I mean, it's like, I know that if I had a big problem, because most of the time you do seem to give pretty good advice, that's probably why a lot of people call you. But, like, if I had a big problem and then, I've been waiting to get on and everything, and then I hear how much bagging you do on people, like that girl kept saying stuff because maybe she didn't understand what you meant, like, to name the exact pills or whatever that she was having nightmares about. I mean, I wouldn't want to call. Okay, well, I have a problem. Maybe he's going to make fun of me just because I can't help my problem.
Well, good. I would like to eliminate the a-holes and idiots from phoning into the show. Yeah, listen, Amy, here's what goes on. Yeah, here's the deal. We get frustrated because we hear it night after night after night after night, and it takes a 3-minute phone call and turns it into a 9-minute phone call when we have to argue over semantics. When someone says, "I've been taking stuff," and then one night I took some stuff and had a nightmare, and Drew says, "What stuff?" and you say, "What nightmare?" Mm-hmm. We have to then explain it, figure it out, and it ends up making a lengthy phone call.
Yeah, but I mean...
people just need to be smarter. That's it.
No, it's not. Yes. It is need to listen. That's all. We need to listen.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, I think.
And I think, Amy, we're reacting. I think we experience it as defensiveness because it ends up being people repeating the questions and going, "Huh," and "What," and sort of backing away from giving us the straight answer.
All right, now here's what it is, Amy. We end up getting mad and yelling at the people, but here's what we're yelling at. Not that they're stupid, but that they're not listening. That they called us, a national radio show, to air their problem in front of a huge audience, and they don't hear a word we're saying. That gets me pissed off. When Drew says, "Is there any alcoholism in your family?" Huh? Is there any alcoholism in your family? Alcoholism? Yes.
No, then it's...
No. Is your dad an alcoholic? Yes. Okay. Then you're not listening, and then I'm pissed off.
And you're defensive, too.
Because we only have a few minutes with each call, and we try to get to it as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
All right, Amy, you love us now, don't you, baby?
Sure.
All right.
Amy, good luck.
Bye-bye.
All right, you're all right?
Yeah.
Anything we can do for you?
Yeah.
Where are you living?
Los Osos.
Where?
Los Osos, California.
Sure. And what's going on? You all right?
Yeah, it just kind of, made me mad that people call with their problems and then you go kind of make fun of them.
I assure you we wouldn't. That's not right. We wouldn't do it if it were a real serious problem.
Right.
If it required more serious attention.
Yeah.
I don't go in for these backdoor shenanigans. Shenanigans.
Sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Shenanigans.
Chips, dips, chains, whips.
Shenanigans.
High school orgy type of thing.
LoveLine will be right back.
Shenanigans. Shenanigans.
Do we have some sort of best of we could just crank up for the last hour? This just isn't working out.
Tempting, isn't it?
It really is tempting. All right, I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. We're going to regroup, and we'll be back in 10 seconds.
This is LoveLine on
Radio
Station.
WEBN, Cincinnati.
The show is LoveLine. Your hosts are Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. He is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. The phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. All right. After the last break, Drew took his headphones off and said, we suck.
We haven't sucked like this in a long time.
That's very true. We are sucking like a Hoover upright tonight, Drew.
Yeah, and I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but it's pathetic. It's pathetic.
Well, but wait a minute. Let's see if I can work out a retarded compliment here.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've been good lately.
Yeah.
And I think the reason we appear to suck so much tonight is because it's been a sharp contrast from all the great shows we've been doing. Maybe this is just a mediocre show.
No.
We suck. Okay. Jason, 21.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Adam, first of all, I just want to say I love your shotgun beer idea.
Oh, thank you.
The which?
The shotgun beer.
What was that? What was your idea?
Well, I'm working on it now in case any of you bastards try to rip me off. It is a beer can that is manufactured with a pull tab on top and one on the side.
Oh.
So that college-age kids can get loaded that much faster without having to shove the ballpoint pen through the side of the can to shotgun the beer.
I see.
Beautiful. Drew shotgunned a V8 once, got a head rush, and had to go home when he was in the 11th grade.
All right, and I was wondering, maybe if you want me to show better, you could play a little Dr. Drew Boogie.
I think that's what we need. Not only do we get to hear the Dr. Drew Boogie, but we have like a minute and a half where you don't have to hear our voices making asses of ourselves. Could you find that, Engineer Mike, please? All right, hold on. Jason, because you requested it, the Dr. Drew Boogie.
She drinks until she barely has her senses about her, and then she can relax enough to have sex with me.
Dr. Drew is right.
Ow!
Get down, get down.
Asshole.
Get down, get down. Get down, get down.
You're fat.
Get down, get down.
If I find you, have sex with me. Gee, it hurts, have sex with me. Faggot, better have sex with me. I want to have sex with me. I was bored, so I had my tongue pierced. I was bored, so I put a spear through my penis. Tried to be straight, or I thought I shouldn't be straight, and I was confused. You know, pee on this makes me sick. It hurts when I urinate. It makes me sick. Anal sex makes me sick. This guy's penis makes me sick. I've had anal sex. Gee, it hurts. Got these lesions. Gee, it hurts. Still a virgin. Gee, it hurts. It's called intimacy. Can I say that? Ow! You're fat. Gay. Ow! Confused. Sick. Ow! Bored. Still a virgin. Ow! Dysfunctional. Can I say that?
Dr. Drew is right.
I'm in pain. My breasts hurt.
All right. Hey, could you play that about another 17 times so we could go home?
But you know, that really made me realize what we're lacking tonight. We lack affect. We're just flat.
Is that what it is?
I mean, there was feeling in those
yes.
expletives.
We're like white jazz musicians tonight with red hair.
We lack
We're playing
affect.
the notes, but we're not driving anything home.
Are you tired?
I am disillusioned.
By what? By our performance tonight?
I'm tired. My energy's bad. It's like a greenhouse in here.
Yeah.
My shoulders are on
we
fire.
haven't told people what that's about, the greenhouse effect in here.
It's hot.
They took out the air conditioning.
Yeah, it's Westwood 2, and it's hotter than hell in here.
You guys will be freezing tomorrow.
I understand that, but tonight,
40 degrees.
and I'm tired. I am really tired.
You
so
got
that's-
one more hour.
All right, let's go, True. Let's go now.
Come on, True.
Come on, man.
Rally.
It's the fourth quarter.
He wants to
Let's go.
groom this child for his, abuse farm.
Hey, Mike, let me hear that one more time, please.
He wants to groom this child for his, abuse farm.
All right, that is one of my favorites. All right, Jason, here we go.
All right,
The new show. Yeah.
About a week ago, I noticed that when I ejaculate, it stings.
Does it hurt when you urinate?
It did once, but then not again.
How long has this been going on for? A week?
Yeah, just last week I started noticing it.
Did you have any new sexual contacts that week?
No. Everything's been normal. I was just wondering if it was, a problem or if it was normal.
Well, it's not normal, but it doesn't necessarily mean there's anything drastically wrong. It's probably what we would call a urethritis, an inflammation of the urethra. And that can be a mechanical thing. Even things like soaps can irritate that, but it can also be an infectious thing.
Is it? Doesn't the urethritis close up the tube a little bit there?
It could. Oh, you mean if it goes untreated, you can scar the tube down? Yeah, it can narrow or stenose.
Is it coming out like wiper spray, Jason?
No.
It's just, you ought to have a doctor look at it. They may want to put you on some antibiotics for a period of time just to sort of take that potential away, but it doesn't sound like anything you should be particularly disturbed about.
Right.
Are you sexually active?
No.
All right. Anyway, if you are, safe sex. Wear a condom.
All right.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Jason. Have you ever noticed this with wipers? I'm trying to do some wiper humor here, but you ever sit at a red light and you notice spray coming on your windshield and you think, where's this coming from? It's not raining outside. And then you go, hey, there's a guy 4 cars up who's cleaning his, he's got the washer spray going.
Right.
And you think to yourself, what's the range on one of these things? It looks to be about 80 feet. And I think, how difficult is it for the auto manufacturers to point the goddamn wiper? I can't even think.
Go next line.
Just point it at the windshield.
Right.
Why does it have to go sailing over the top of the car? And
or those the ones that spray out to the sides.
Yeah, just focus the beam on the actual windshield. It's 4.5 inches in front of where the thing pops up. For Christ's sake. All right. Becky, 16.
Hi.
Hey.
Finally on the air. That's cool. I got on a Depo-Provera shot like a couple months ago.
Right.
And now I've been on my period since the 15th of last month.
Right, and that's the normal when you're on Depo-Provera, right? They didn't tell you that?
Well, it's normal, except it's driving me insane, and my gynecologist gave me estrogen pills for it.
Right.
And I'm still on my period.
They need to, it's not being on your period. It's irregular bleeding, mid-cycle bleeding, and that's what Depo-Provera will do, particularly the first 3 months you take it. And why is it driving you crazy?
Okay, I think you don't understand this, but if you had to go to the bathroom every hour or so, I think you'd know why it would drive you crazy.
So it's very heavy bleeding.
It's not very heavy, but it's still a pain in the ass.
It's just a pain in the neck. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, the estrogens are what need to be used to try to what's called stabilize the endometrium. And what did they put you on exactly?
Premarin or something like
Premarin. Do you know what the dose was?
Mm-hmm.
What was the dose?
Did you hear producer Ann?
No.
She said girlfriend's cranky. Listen, if you were bleeding for 40 days and 40 nights, you'd be cranky
honey,
too.
I know what it's like to bleed. I was just saying.
Speaking of cranky.
Yeah, tell her.
I couldn't imagine. I would be the world's worst woman. I would be.
You guys can't even stand a little heat for an hour.
Let me explain.
Let alone being bloated, your breasts hurt, your back hurts.
I would constantly be out of tampons and be walking around with like a gym sock in me or something because I do that all the time
That
anyway.
is attractive, by the way.
Well,
You're just gonna wring it out and just.
Well, I mean, I'm constantly going. Here's my take on stuff. Once I'm done wearing it, it is fair game. I mean, I can use it for a multitude of things. Use your imagination. Once the thing, somewhere between the time the T-shirt comes off me before it makes it in a hamper, it has a multitude of chores around my house.
This, Ann, is why he wears the same clothing for 3 weeks at a time.
I think we need to start playing the banjo music for Adam here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm a recycler. All I can say is most people take off their socks, underwear, T-shirt, and it goes right from their body into the hamper. There are many stops along the hamper route for me. I can use it for dusting. I can use it to dust my belly in a pinch. I could topple something over and use it to mop it up. Sometimes I take a really sloppy shower and there's stuff all over the place on the bathroom floor. I'll mop it up with whatever's in there. And once in a blue moon, if I'm out of TP, I will on occasion go for a gym sock. What are you going to do? It's all going through the wash.
Becky.
Yeah, this
Hi.
is Becky.
Yeah, just hang in there, Kayla.
I was yelling at my dog.
What is the dose of estrogen that you're taking, the Premarin?
1 pill a day.
Okay. Is it a reddish sort of brown pill?
Yeah, like maroon.
Yeah. Well, you need to talk to the doctor again. How long you been on it for?
It'll be 3 months. And
No, the Premarin.
the Premarin's for about 5 or 6 days.
Well, you've barely given it a chance. Has it slowed down any?
Somewhat.
How's your boyfriend holding up with you?
Oh, he can stand it.
Have they checked your thyroid and done other sorts of tests to make sure it's not something else triggering this?
No, I haven't, but if it doesn't stop, I probably will.
Yeah, it's something to do. But the Premarin usually stops, and they may need to use a little more hormone to begin with. But, this is Depo-Provera. For people that are thinking about taking that as a very effective contraceptive, we take a shot every 3 months. But for the first cycle, oftentimes constant bleeding.
I'm just picturing Becky at
And then no bleeding after that.
42. With a hysterectomy under her belt, chain smoking, big as a house. Oh, she gonna be a mean mama. All right, Sarah, 16.
There you go again. I'm getting mean,
Yeah.
picking on those people with important problems.
To say.
Yeah.
Like about that girl that called in about bitching about how y'all bag on everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, first of all, if people didn't like you bagging on people, then they wouldn't call in, And also, I mean, I wouldn't even listen if y'all didn't bag on people because it's like what makes it entertaining, I guess.
Thank you, you hoe. See?
Okay. And my question is there like any unharmful way to increase your sexual drive?
What's up with you? Why do you want to do that?
It's just like not there.
Well,
you're 16.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it used to be there.
And what happened?
When you were like 12?
No, when I was 9. Yeah, well, it just used to be. But then, I started doing, drugs and stuff, and then, all of a sudden, it wasn't there.
Okay. What drugs were you doing?
Well, I did ecstasy.
Yeah.
That's what I think did it.
How many times did you do it?
Only, twice.
Twice. What other drugs were you doing? LSD.
Yeah, I've done that. And
how many times?
Just, 3 or 4.
Are you still smoking pot?
No.
Okay. Anything else you're doing?
Not anymore.
How long ago was your last exposure to one of these drugs?
Like a little bit over a year.
A year ago. Have you been depressed since then?
No. Well, I got sent away.
For what?
For drugs.
Sent away?
To a program.
So you were hospitalized?
Yeah.
Are you on any medications now?
Well, antidepressant.
Zoloft?
Imipramine.
These drugs take away your sex drive.
They do?
Antidepressants. Not so much imipramine, interestingly, but the serotonin reuptake drugs, the most common side effect is a drop in libido or sex drive. That's what people complain about most. The thing about drugs like Prozac is that they're so damn effective that people are so relieved not to be so profoundly depressed that they just live with the diminished sex drive. But for those people for whom the depressions were not that severe, these days we're using so damn much Prozac, the lowered sex drive can be very, very disturbing. Okay?
So just herbal ecstasy or
No, Sarah. It's a side effect of a medication, okay?
Listen,
talk to your doctor.
She said she liked it when we're abusive. Listen, you're about ready to crack you open and start a pharmacy. You're 16, for crying out loud. You've already been through rehab. Don't look to change your mood or affect through taking more drugs.
Well, don't look. Your body will take care of itself. Your sex drive will be there if you don't do drugs, if you eat right, exercise. It will be there.
Just focus on your sobriety now. You're 16. It's all right.
And
you
talk
can chill a little bit.
I'm not saying don't take your imipramine. Absolutely, I'm not. But talk to the doctor who's prescribing it, and if it's important for you to still be on antidepressant medication, maybe they can find something that doesn't suppress your sex
Here's
drive.
what I don't understand about suppressed sex drive. If it's gone, now, don't you not miss it?
No, it's real. People feel very weird about it. It's like, if there was anything else, it's like losing your sense of smell or having some other sense suddenly drop out.
I would die if I lost my center.
And people look at, like, particularly women who have this described looking at, like, sexual pictures and stuff, and it actually irritates them. It's like, ooh, that's weird. That's peculiar. Why would people be like that?
Right. Okay. All right. I'll buy that. Jill, 20.
Yeah. I was calling about, I'm 20 years old. I've been married for just about a year and a half, and about reaching orgasm with my husband. I don't feel like I'm giving the full potential on this.
You're not given the full potential?
No, I'm given that. He's fine. He's completely happy in the relationship. I am too, but as far as...
Hold on. All I did was repeat what you just said, and then you went off of this whole tangent about your husband being happy and fine.
No, as far
you don't
as
feel you're given full potential.
I'm sorry?
All right. Restate your question, please.
Okay, it's just the fact that I don't feel like I'm reaching my full capacity as far as...
What does that mean? That's a lot of smoke screen here. What do you mean?
Yeah, I figure I'm not either. I figure I'm good for like a quart and a half, and all I can nurse is a tablespoon out of
well, it's like I feel like
myself.
He's getting everything he wants to get out of it, and it's okay for me, but I don't feel like he's getting me up to where I should be.
You're not having an orgasm.
Exactly.
Well, that's all you got to say.
All right, don't talk about full potential orgasm. You're not having one.
Exactly.
Okay. Have you ever had one?
Yeah.
With another guy?
Yeah.
All right, try to keep that.
Yeah.
Try to keep that out of the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, believe me, you're about 2 beers and an argument away from bringing up Bert, the guy you dated in high school.
But see, I don't know if it's just I'm comfortable with him. I mean, God, he's my husband, you know. But
right.
I don't feel like it's...
All right,
what's missing?
What did the other guy do for you that this guy's not
it wasn't
doing?
even in sex. It really wasn't. It wasn't even... Well, it was oral sex, actually. That happened with. And my husband's performed that on me, and it's great, but it's not as... I don't know.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Exactly. I don't know.
You've got to teach him.
Well, I've tried that, though.
Well, what have you tried? What do you mean?
You know, I've told him what feels good to me, this and that. But as far as just with sex itself, I guess that's the thing. I've never reached full orgasm just with sex.
You never had a orgasm?
With anybody?
Exactly.
That 20, that would be the routine.
All right.
That would be pretty much everybody.
But at least we know you're capable of it with the oral.
Yeah.
Love. And what you need is to train your husband sufficiently.
I just feel like I'm under this, like, pressure from him, because it's like another thing he brings up is, like, you know, did you come or this or that? And it's like...
And you tell him yes when you haven't.
Yeah. Exactly.
When he performs oral sex, what would you say the main problem is with him?
With oral sex?
Yeah.
There's no problem with oral sex, except for that I have this anxiety to have intercourse with them. You know, it's you know.
All right, but was it not 45 seconds ago you were saying that he did not perform oral sex very well on you?
No, oral sex was okay, but it was, as far as I've never reached orgasm with them, having intercourse with them.
Have you with anybody?
No.
Okay.
Okay, have you ever reached oral sex orally with your husband?
Yes.
I swear to... didn't she just say she reached orgasm with her old boyfriend
only
orally? Only orally.
And only him.
It was only orally. I'm sorry.
All right. Engineer Mike, please, I want to start...
I'm not trying to be one of those obnoxious callers. I'm not.
All right, we can't play back tapes of these calls. I swear to God, I'm being gaslit. The people are trying to drive me insane.
Maybe that's the plan. You're proceeding nicely with your mission, Jill, number 2. But
I don't
listen.
know what it is, though. I don't know.
Let me just make sure we're on the same page.
And let me just point something out, Adam. If people are having recurrent patterns in their life where people were consistently having problems in their interpersonal relationship, we generally say, gee, what's the constant in that? We'd say, it's you, Adam.
All right. You speaking of the name Adam, you changed pattern to Patum, which I'm flattered by. But,
you guys talk just as hard as everybody else, and you said orally before.
Yeah, you said have you reached oral sex through oral sex?
Orally.
What did I say?
You said have you reached oral sex through oral sex?
Oh, if I said orgasm, well, all right, but that was orgasm. For Christ's sake!
I don't understand. I don't know.
Pathetic. We've got to find a way.
We know we're bad, but let me get to the bottom of Jill. All right, Jill, I'm going to ask you a series of simple questions.
All right.
You answer yes or no.
All right.
Have you ever reached an orgasm with your current husband, period?
No.
Okay.
What is the problem with oral sex that he is doing that prevents you from doing that?
No, see,
What is the problem?
I don't know.
Okay.
If I knew, I wouldn't call. You know what I mean?
Okay, but there is a problem. He is not satisfying you with oral sex.
I guess when it comes to oral sex, I get too anticipated into wanting to have intercourse.
Because you want to satisfy him?
Partially, yeah. I think that has a lot to do with it. And that's how I am, though. I want to make sure he's okay, and I don't... But I feel guilty because it's like I don't feel like I'm reaching what I should.
Wow.
All right, but listen, you're calling saying you're not reaching your orgasm potential, you're not being satisfied, but yet when your husband tries to give you some pleasure, all you can think about is satisfying him.
Yeah.
So it's not really his fault, and you can't really blame him because you're sort of too antsy to have an orgasm.
Well, she's too antsy for him to have one and to get it over
with. Why don't you do this, Jill? Okay. Why don't you have yourself a glass of red wine?
I'll have a white Zinfandel right now.
Okay, blush, whatever it is, and let him have his oral sex with you.
And make a pact. Don't have intercourse. Make
intercourse.
There's gonna
it's
be no
oral night. It's a big licking hoedown. There will be no intercourse.
All right.
But you're going to have to be instructive to him. It's not going to be perfectly a perfect event, an idealized event. It's going to be very mechanical, methodical, and you're going to put that time in so in the future he can do what he needs to do in a way that's more satisfying to you.
Yeah, I think more couples ought to have oral sex night. What do you think about that? And they shouldn't even come in contact with each other. The man should put his penis through the mail slot of the front door.
Stop.
All right. I'm going to perform oral sex on Drew, and we'll be back in a minute.
Pop, and you're listening to LoveLine with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Yes, Iggy Pop. Well, it's high time Iggy come back on the show. I found him delightful. He's a bit of an enigma, this Iggy. I think people have a different impression of him than you would get if you sat down and talked to him.
Right.
Sort of the Alice Cooper type.
Right.
He's on a cell phone on a golf course somewhere talking to his accountant in Cabo. Then he's stage diving at 51. All right, Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew. The show's sucking tonight, but we're gonna we're gonna make up for it by doing an extra kick-ass sucky show tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow you're doing battle with Alexandra.
Oh, Alexandra Paul from Baywatch. And like I said, she's been off Baywatch for 17 years, although every time I turn on Baywatch, there she is. So I really don't believe she's off. But Alexandra Paul from Baywatch, the level-headed one with the dark hair, will be in here to discuss why she wasn't in here 2 months ago. So, Jason.
What's up?
What's up, Jason? You're 24.
Yeah, 24. What's happening?
We're just talking to you, Jason.
I have a couple quick questions, bro. I'm not going to take your time. My first one is this, okay? My girlfriend, she's a virgin. She wants to save herself till marriage, okay? So we have oral sex. No big deal because she's like the first girl that's ever been able to got me off through a blowjob, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A lot of guys don't get off with that.
Yeah, I mean, so, okay, so the thing is, I like to, masturbate, and it gets on her, but the thing is, though, the question is, she's afraid that, if I stick my fingers back inside of her, whatever, and I have cum on it, that she might get pregnant. Is that true, or?
I mean, that's certainly a possibility, I suppose.
Is it?
Just be careful.
I wasn't sure. I just thought that, the sperm died right when it hit the hair.
No.
So it is a possibility?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, what is the lifespan of sperm on greasy hands?
And by the way, I suspect what's behind those concerns more is a desire for you to be more delicate with how you conduct yourself. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
To help me, Adam.
Are you treating her like the delicate flower that she is?
Oh, yeah, fully. I mean, I fully love this girl, and I mean, I treat her like a queen. You know?
Well, then be a little more...
Because the queen, you would not approach the royal vagina with sperm-laden hands.
Yeah, I know. I've never done it, you know what I mean? But it's a question that she said one time, and, you know, it's like I was going to, after I did that, I was going to go, you know, just, you know, do some more, and then I'm like, she goes, no, you got that. So I used the other hand. So
it would be it would be great. I hope you wiped it under your armpit before you went in there.
Not yet.
This would truly be the modern immaculate conception. If you think of it, Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
is there? All right. Hold on a second, Jason. Here, Drew. Has there ever been a recorded instance of someone becoming pregnant from other than intercourse?
Oh, I'm sure.
How often do you really hear
I don't know,
about
but
a
I'm
virgin becoming pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
I highly doubt it. But again, you heard my little talk about why it's best to have a T-shirt by the nightstand. Drew, what would a good wipe with a T-shirt do? Would that get away whatever's on your hand? You know what I mean? Like, how does sperm
for the
live?
most part, yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, let's just say you had stuff on your hand.
Yeah.
And you grabbed a tube sock or something. You gave it a good wiping down.
Yeah.
Is that good enough, or do you need some hot water?
You need some water. Really?
You do.
At least a wet nap.
Drew, you just thinking this out as you're going along, or do you know?
No, I mean, if there's cells present, there is a potential. If the fomite carries the cells to the vagina, then it's a possibility.
What does I don't know what his nationality was, so don't bring up fomite. But what little biology humor, ladies and gentlemen. What? How long does the sperm live in the air?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's on the order of 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. It's kind of weird now. I'm thinking about it. It's kind of sad.
What?
You know what I mean?
Dude, what are you talking
I'm hearing my
about?
own sperm cry out from the hamper.
Oh,
Adam, why did you do this to me?
Oh, for God's sake.
And those little elf voices. Let us out. It's dark in here. Caitlin.
Yes.
Hey, you're 22.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe longer than 10 minutes, by the way. Maybe substantially longer.
Boy, I feel bad. Caitlin?
Yes.
Are you upset with us? Or?
No.
All right, then what's your damn question?
Well, I'm a lesbian, and I'm trying to find a way to tell my mother, and she's Catholic Irish.
Mm.
And I don't want to go out and just say, hey, Mom, I'm gay.
What about Dad?
My dad passed away.
All right. Yeah, your mom's Catholic Irish?
Yes.
All right, so about 5 o'clock, she's good and loaded? Yeah, tell her then.
No, that wouldn't be good. I don't know how to tell her. I don't know what word.
Do you have a partner now?
Yes, I do.
Are you living with her?
There's a long story to this. Like, my best friend, Derek, he's been posing as my boyfriend for like 3 years now.
Wow.
So,
is he gay?
No, he's not.
No. Does he? But he doesn't get any sex then, though, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Okay. There's a sitcom here somewhere. My Lesbian Daughter.
I wish.
Have you ever discussed the topic with your mom, not as it pertains to you, but just sort of lesbianism in general?
No, not really. She's really touchy about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even watch Ellen now, so I don't know.
Does she put pressure on you?
Yes, she does.
Wants you to get married?
Yes. Definitely.
Does he like the guy who? Does she like the guy who she thinks is your boyfriend?
Oh yes, she loves him to death.
Is it important to you to confront your mother?
She calls him son all the time.
Is it important for you to confront your mother about this?
Yes, it's very important.
Why? And I don't mean that in an attacking way at all. I mean, I'm curious. Why do you need to do that?
I don't know. I think she should know. I think it's a very important.
If you're worrying about her feelings, she doesn't need to know. Okay, it's going to hurt her. Now, if you need her to know to feel good about yourself and to be heard for who you are, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
But she doesn't need to know.
Okay.
Well, it's symbolic.
I feel like I'm hiding something from her.
Okay, so you need to tell her. For yourself, you need to tell her. You want her to know you for who you actually are.
Yeah.
Is that right? So it's not about protecting her feelings.
I spent a lifetime trying to convince my parents I was someone else. Don't you do that, Drew? Your parents don't know the real you.
I'm just afraid that she's not going to accept me now.
No, but here's what's going on, Caitlin. because nobody knows more about lesbian issues than I.
Or hiding from your parents then.
In the gay community in general. Here's what goes on. It's not so much, yes, it would hurt her feelings. And in that case, she probably shouldn't know.
I mean, she'll get over it. But I mean, if you're worrying about her feelings...
maybe not. But if you're worried about her feelings, you don't tell her. And does Caitlin want to hurt her feelings? No. Does Caitlin feel it so important that her mom know her sexuality? No. Here's what Caitlin feels. And this is your decision to make. And this is, I speak for the entire gay community when I say this.
Of course.
The gay community is repressed.
Right.
They're forced to sort of go underground. And there's a sort of liberating feeling of coming clean. And you do it sort of for your psyche.
Yeah, you do it for yourself, right.
You do it for yourself. And it's not that you need your parents to know, but it's very symbolic. You know what I'm saying? It's symbolism.
But one of the most important things, theoretically, that people need to have acknowledged is their existence, that they exist. And they need to be acknowledged for who they are in their existence. So to have your parents invalidating who you are and to live a sham about it must feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So you can understand how somebody would therefore want then to unload that.
Yeah, but let's just say, and I know this is highly offensive to anyone who's homosexual, but let's just say...
You? Imagine.
You weren't gay, Caitlin. Let's just say you really dug
S&M.
Asian porn.
Or S&M or something.
Or S&M. Let's say that was your life.
Yeah.
I mean, you went to conventions.
Yeah.
The only form of sex, the only partners you engaged with sex in, the only thing you did was S&M. And I mean, you subscribed to magazines. You had a dungeon in your kitchen, for Christ's sake. Would you feel compelled to tell your mother?
No, I wouldn't.
Why not?
It's a different thing.
I know, but why?
Because although we chose S&M because it has lifestyle issues attached to it, it's not as much of a lifestyle choice as being gay. Gay is an identity and a lifestyle more than as much as a sexual orientation.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, why does being lesbian have to be a lifestyle? Why can't you just lick a little vagina every once in a while and call it a day? I mean, what do you have to do? You have to become a folk singer and shave your head? I mean, you can certainly be a lesbian and just have a female partner. I'm heterosexual. I'm not making a lifestyle out of it. I mean, hell, I try to avoid women.
Well, Caitlin, obviously we're not helping.
Especially Drew's wife. All right,
Mike, Engineer Mike's on 2 internet chat rooms right now.
Oh,
He's on an AOL chat room and an internet chat. Went on for a second.
Is that bored?
They were talking
some entertainment.
What?
He wanted to be entertained.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Tired of just staring at those flashing lights on the board.
No, it's hard to listen to.
All right, Caitlin.
Yes.
We have a very unique perspective on this, which is we always say lie to your parents. Drew wants you to be straight about drug use. He wants you to be straight about the STDs. But when it comes to sexual proclivity, lie.
Not really.
Oh, yes,
I just want people to explore why at this moment, if it is so uncomfortable to even contemplate doing it, why do you need to do it now? Explore what it is that's motivating you to need to do it, and you may find you don't need to do it at this time. Ultimately, you may plan to do it. Or you may plan not to do it, but there may be a time when it's more comfortable for you. And Caitlin, frankly, I'm not sure that that's true in your case. I mean, you're 22, you have your peer group, you have your lifestyle set.
Where's your dad?
He died.
He died. And how was your mom to you growing up?
She was wonderful.
Wonderful.
The best mother in the world.
Best mother in the world.
Yeah.
She took you to a lot of ballet classes and stuff.
Yes, I had piano and violin and.
She wanted to make sure everything worked out good for you, huh?
Yes, I went to Catholic school.
Mm-hmm. And your mom took you, what did you say, piano classes?
And violin.
And violin.
Oh, and violin.
And ballet.
And ballet.
Uh-huh.
Jazz, too.
Uh-huh. So she pushed on you a little bit, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I wanted to get to. You got a little score to settle, perhaps?
No.
No, you love her dearly.
Oh, yes, I do.
You'd never want to say anything to break her heart.
No, I wouldn't.
All right, well, don't tell her that. We'll be back.
LoveLine. Be right back. Austin.
Efron.
I'm Tim. Johnny Glue.
We're Republica, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carollo and Dr. Drew.
All right.
Yeah.
I think we're making a comeback here, Drew.
No, we suck like never before.
No. I think we're really making a comeback. Please. Loveline, here's a little piece of email a concerned listener sent me concerning a remedy for my horrible sunburn.
It's a fax.
All right, Drew. For Christ's sake, does anyone know? I've never burned, but my sister has when she was younger. And the only thing to do is deal with it.
Okay.
You could soak in a tub all night, I guess. Love the show, Natalie.
Brilliant.
That's what I was talking about when I was talking about remedies. I wanted somebody who's never had the problem that I'm having, but sister had one 27 years ago, and her method of correcting it was dealing with it. Or I could soak in a tub all night and drown at 4 in the morning. Oh, please. Rory, 14.
Hey, I was thinking about getting my tongue pierced, and, I was just wondering, what problems could happen from it, and what would happen if I, wanted to get rid of it 10 years later.
A problem I consistently worry about is the nicking of the lingual artery, which would cause your tongue to swell up to the size of a grapefruit or a basketball.
I'm not a basketball.
And include your airway. And it's a terrible concern. I've seen infections in tongue piercings, and they have not been terrible, but I've seen them.
Well, let me tell you something that happened to a good friend of mine.
And the tongue piercing will seal up very quickly if you take the piercing out. Go ahead.
10 years later?
I was in the middle of talking. Come on.
Well, you were not.
Yes, I was.
You were done with that
Let's go.
lingual artery crap.
Go ahead. What happened to you?
All right, Rory.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine I went to high school with.
Mm-hmm.
I got his tongue pierced when he was must have been 17, 18. And, they don't just put a hoop through it or something. They put that barbell with the screw-on nut at the other side. The screw-on nut somehow came undone and lost it and hadn't seen it for it must have been 6 months. And then was feeling pain later from his groin. And during a football physical checkup, when you do, play for the football team, they give you that thing. And when the doctor was down checking for a hernia, he found a small little ball inside of the guy's scrotum sac. Okay? And he had to perform surgery, and there it was. What? Inside of the scrotum sac.
What are you talking about?
I have no idea. I just made that up.
Yes, you did.
That was pretty good, though.
No.
I had you going, Drew.
I was going to...
Rory, you were there with me, weren't you?
Yeah, try to scare kids out of doing it.
That's my question is why, but okay. I guess we finally figured out, Adam and I, that it was some sort of expression of sexuality, I guess. Is that projection?
Screw you to your parents, basically.
I'd go with the parents one.
Yeah. All right.
I also got a second question. I've been taking Claritin for allergies the last week.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah,
but I've become really oversensitive in my mouth. I don't know if it could be because of that.
Are you using any inhalers also?
No, I have nothing that's the only thing I'm on.
Claritin is the only medication you're taking?
Yeah, only thing.
Well, does it feel like the mouth is sort of burned?
Well, even when I'm breathing in, you can feel like a stinging in your teeth almost.
Your teeth. Well, the one thing, if you feel like the cheek and tongues have been burned, that's a common symptom of a yeast infection or thrush in the mouth. Claritin, you're taking 10 milligrams a day?
Yeah.
It doesn't typically do that. Claritin is a medication with very little side effect. The only thing I've ever even read about is, or I've certainly never seen, is a little bit of liver toxicity potentially. There's a new medicine called Zyrtec that it works perhaps a little better than Claritin. If you're having that side effect from Claritin, you can try Zyrtec.
All right, leave your folks alone.
Make sure it's not Claritin D. If it's Claritin D, it may just be drying yourself out so much that it's irritating you.
Carrie.
Yeah.
You're 24.
Yes, I called about your sunburn.
Yes.
And I also want to say that you guys are doing a really good job.
Well, thank you.
I called about your sunburn.
Wait, Carrie, but not tonight.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
Well,
really?
Yeah.
No, really.
It's all right.
Okay.
Really? I mean, we might as well be honest. Sucking like never before.
I think I've gotten better. But I still think you're kind of sucking, Drew.
No, I am just sucking wind big time. I'm so
About
tired.
your sunburn?
Yes.
My mom always said vinegar. Take a cool bath with vinegar.
Oof.
And it takes the burn out.
Yeah.
And
Well, here is interesting thing that there are.
Are you sure your mom wasn't talking about douche?
I'm positive.
Here you go. There are soluble mediators of inflammation in the skin, such that a very hot, very soapy shower will actually solubilize some of those and take them out of the skin, so to potentially decrease the inflammation.
All right, I'm not
there
interested in theory here, Drew. Potentially.
The reason
Do you realize the level of pain that I would have to endure to take a hot, soapy shower?
Right. That's why I was putting it in that context. I don't want to take the blame
Here's
for
what
it.
I'm talking about. Drew, you hustle your fanny out to the wagon and grab me some Vicodin from underneath the passenger seat, and let me just call it a night. Okay?
Yeah.
Thanks, Gary.
Okay.
All right. Tamara,
Yeah.
23.
Well, I have a recommendation for your sunburn. I am a redhead, and every year I burn.
Oh.
And I tell you what, I found the most brilliant thing, and I'll tell you, it works great. Run you a warm bath and get some of that oatmeal bath and put it in there. When you get in, when it hits the sunburn, it just cools it right away.
What oatmeal? What is this oatmeal bath?
You never heard, you know how when kids get chicken pox, they tell you oatmeal bath for the stop them from itching, help them to heal?
Yeah,
That's another idea is these, a vino bath.
Yeah.
A vino bath.
Where do you get that stuff?
Anywhere. You can go to Walgreens to get it. It's anywhere that sells it.
It's called oatmeal bath.
It's called a vino.
A vino. That is an idea.
Okay, vino.
A vino.
A vino.
A vino.
A-V-E-E-N-O.
All right, listen, I'm not going to do it, so forget it.
All right.
I really don't want to do anything that involves taking care of myself.
My thing is, I've been with my boyfriend almost 5 years. We had been apart for a year and a half. He had left because we were constantly fighting. It was right after my son was born, and he was about 5 months old.
What were you fighting about?
Every little thing.
What
it was
primarily?
mostly me.
What was the matter with you?
I was always thinking he was cheating. He never gave me any reason to, but
Did you feel vulnerable now that you had a child?
it might have been.
Whose son was it? His?
Yeah.
Did you go through some physical changes that you felt bad about?
No, I've always been like, I weigh 194. I've always been a little bit heavy, but you know, he's never said anything about my weight being important. You know, I mean, we've gotten back together. I've been fairly better about it, but I still there's sometimes where I'll start nagging him about it.
Is he a real skinny guy?
No.
Okay.
He's not real heavy set.
All right.
But he's not real skinny.
Believe your theory there, Adam.
Always funny. I always thought the stronger women attract the skinnier men.
Well, I'm not quite clear what your question is.
Well, see, I don't know if it's something like maybe with me that I'm like that. I'm always afraid that he'll go out there and maybe he'll see someone cuter or, you know, skinnier, better looking.
Has he ever cheated before?
No.
Well,
you're going to get him to. Hey, listen, Tamara.
Yeah.
He loves you.
Mm-hmm.
If he wanted to find someone skinnier than you, he'd head into the living room, and there'd probably be someone who's skinnier than you there. You can find somebody skinnier or prettier anywhere. But the point is he's with you because he loves you.
Why can't you accept that?
I think it's probably a self-esteem thing with me. See, all my other boyfriends.
Yes.
All my other boyfriends before that I've had.
Wait. Why can't you accept the fact that he really loves you and that he can stay committed to you? Forget the other boyfriends.
I don't know. I've wondered that myself. We've gotten into fights. I mean,
Curious
he's
that
listening right
previously you always chose men that were abusive or cheaters, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So somewhere you pick that up as what you know to be familiar for your male relationships. And now here's a guy that is committed, and he's got a history of being committed, and you're not satisfied with that. It's uncomfortable for you. It's too scary.
You need chaos in your relationships.
You need the abuse, or you have to sabotage it or push it away.
Where's your dad?
Huh?
Your
My dad?
Yeah.
He's living with my mom. Me and my father do not get along. Of course, my mother and father...
imagine that.
Stop the presses, Drew.
Well, see, my mother and father's always been... My mom has never really stood up to my dad.
Yeah.
He's
And your
always
dad,
taken-
I'd imagine dad is physically abusive and all that kind of stuff. You drink too?
Did my dad?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
All right, so that
When me and him was apart one time, my mom had told me that we were talking. She was talking about that he was down in Tennessee. He was down there cheating on me and all this and that. And I said, Mom, he won't do that. He's not like that.
All right, but Tamara, this is what you have come to know as father, as male, as your primary intimate relationship was this.
Oh,
what?
I don't know. Listen,
she needs to just find a way to be comfortable with this and contain these impulses, and try to focus on the positive feelings in this relationship, and realize that he does love you, and be open to that, and don't be afraid of that.
All right,
Don't sabotage it.
Don't relive the relationship you had with your dad over and over and over, and every male that you hook up with. They're not all dad.
Well, thank God she didn't. But now that he is not dad, she's got to make him dad.
Ooh.
LoveLine will be right back. Why? Because we like you.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed herein are certainly opinions, that's for sure.
If you'd like a written transcript of today's program, you probably should have written it down yourself. And if you did, we'd like a copy.
LoveLine producer Ann Wilkins.
This broadcast was copyright 1997 Westwood One Entertainment. This music is MXPX on Tooth and Nail Records.
Sit, Obo. Obo, stop dragging your butt across the carpet.